Hi everybody, welcome to the next lesson, and today we are going to talk about detailing of the clothes and accessories that she has. So if you look closely, we have not done the neck piece. We have not done the jewelry on her ears. Alright, this picture should be flipped. So her earring should be, there should be an earring, and she should also have, this will be on the other side of the, and yeah, it depends on what else we can add. Like there's a trimming around the stocking, there's some gloss around the black color trimming around the clothes. There's the hand, we did not do the hand, and probably also the tail. So this will be a long lesson. So let's get started. So for now, I will just be fixing things that also look less awkward in the picture, like the skin here. And okay, let's go and add in a collar for her. So in this design here, the collar seems to be a bit skin tight, but we want a choker that's a little bit of have a little bit of thickness. So for that, I will be changing. And then we have a heart shape here, but due to like foreshortening, we probably can only see one half of the heart shape. So let's go ahead and add that in as well. Proportionally, this seems off, so I think the heart shape might be bigger. So as you are drawing from a reference, make sure certain things still follow proportion. If not, they might look super weird. And the bra, there's also a ring around the neck area, so we are going to add that as well. So for this, since this is a very simple like ring, we can add it to the bra layer that we had worked on. Also, yeah, you do not want to have too many layer, and at the end of the day, having too many layers sometimes will be overwhelming. So if you know how to simplify your layer, that will also a very good process to have. So this is the bra strap from another side. So it's kind of tough to tell right now, so we might need to use value to tell the story. So maybe this, and there's a black color holder for the ring, so let's remember to add that in as well. Oh yeah, we have our shoulder, so the shoulder should be covering most of the detail. So yeah, I'm gonna erase it back. For the neck, we have to find a way to definitely make this look good. For this kind of smaller detail, it is fine to just draw it in. Even if it's not as precise, it is fine because this is really small. Yeah, and what you can do to make them look good is to have shadow, render the shadow. Yeah, and adding small things. Yeah, and definitely one thing for sure is to keep the silhouette line of everything precise, and then it will look good already. From far, we are not going to see much at all. Yeah, and this is should be good enough for something that is so small, for a heart shape that's so small. But even for the neckline here, we can definitely add it in by just drawing a line over. This is the shoulder underneath of the choker. And then if you want to add more detail, this line can have a little bit of shape, and that is detail. You do not need more than this detail, because this is not really the focal point of the piece. And also we are probably going to change up this part a little bit as well. There's too many straight lines right now. I still do not like the mouth. Yeah, you know what? We will give the whole mouth and face another lesson of its own to polish up the entire thing, because right now this is all placeholder. So yeah, I'm not that worried about it. Piece of art is just spending more and more time refining each and every part, fixing each and every part, making it look better and better over time. Of course, one thing to take note is to have a very good plan your composition before you go in. If not, you will be dealing with composition, fixing a lot of composition stuff, and not even going into detail and making it look good. We have been spending quite a lot of time detailing her. And yeah, we have not been touching the composition ever since we finished the draft, right? So imagine going back to fixing the draft of changing the pose again. That will be a lot of work. So once you plan a composition, yeah, more or less, it's all just spending time to detail and learning the way to detail them faster and faster. Okay, and then we need this heart shape over here. And then for something this precise, I will definitely draw it separately. And for like hard surface like that, and then work on it again and again. Yeah, until I really like love it. I'm not very sure what this actually is. So I'm just freestyling for now. Yeah, I do have the actual high res of the jewelry, but I think it's better for me to redraw one that is higher res than that, since we are looking more of a close-up than the character itself, the character design itself. Yeah, we can afford to design some part again and make it look even better. And I think that is the fun of it. Is so roughly when we have something symmetrical, you can finish this completely before you put it up, but I think this should be fine. So one problem, I was rendering this a little bit top down, and after I put it here, I realized that this thing should be look a little bit bottom up instead. So I'm gonna manually render the matter so it looks more like a top down than a bottom up. Sorry, bottom up than a top down. We add some shadow on the bottom side so it looks more like light comes from the top. And because the light comes from the top, it looks more correct for us. I still feel that this one looks slightly better, so let's try to design it a little bit better. So from far, this already look kind of detailed. So we're gonna ask ourselves the question whether is this important to be that detailed. And then we can make a layer below the subject and add a shadow. This way it looks more 3D as well. And then we can definitely give some lighting to the, and also kind of use dodge tool to highlight some part of the accessory. And we can move on to the hand. So for the hand, it's not the full hand that is in the sleeve itself. So there is going to be this part of the hand that is going to show skin. Oh no, the entire hand should be showing skin other than the middle finger. What we can do is duplicate the hand out. At this point, we can merge down because I have saved enough version of the hand. And we can lighten the hand to skin color. And yeah, the form will still retain the form is still retaining because we have rendered the form properly in the first place, right? So yeah, that's why it's important to render the form. Even if you need to change it into something else like a skin tight clothes, you can do that. So you do not have to worry so much. So rendering form with a hard light layer is definitely a possible thing. I want this hand to be less saturated, so desaturated. Because the hand is not that important at the end of the day. But it has to show that it's pulling stocking. So yeah, this part is probably the most complex part in the entire pieces. For now, I am going to put the hand on top of the socks. Maybe I can put the leg down instead. Yeah, because I want to render this hand, and yeah, right now I'm just rendering it manually. I merged down the hand already because this hand is going to be really a pain to draw. We're gonna render the sleeve separately as well. So I want to render. I want to sort of convey that she is pulling her sleeve a little bit. So maybe we can look at some references. Normally, you close your hand more when you pull up your sleeve. So in this case, we can also like draw a little bit of fold here because she's pulling. She's tucking in her. At this point, we're just gonna make the hand look very more feminine. I think the foreshortening here is too little, so we scale this down. Probably the foreshortening would look better. And right now, what we can do is also adding cast shadow to the body. So let's say the hand is here, and then we have a light coming from the top. We will have some cast shadow of this hand. Same goes for the sleeves here, and the shadow of this leg to the back leg as well. And since we are going to talk about mostly the detailing, I think we can work on the trimming on the clothes. So for this, there's a lot of sharp edges, so we have not really make everything sharp yet. So that's what we can do. And there are some very weird, ugly shape. Like this shape is definitely not nice. So we can try our best to make it look better. And also there's this line right here that we don't seem to have it right now, so maybe we can add it in. So like here, and it goes up. And let's add in the details on the costume, the shine, the gloss on the costume. Something we can definitely try. So same thing, soft brush, big soft brush, shadow, and where the light is hitting here, light is generally hitting in a very uniform curves. So if the light comes from the front, right, anything like these places are facing the front, it will always hit the same, consistently the same places. And then it seems like there's some bend to this sharp object, so add like a little bit of gloss here. And then because you added the gloss, that also means that this thing is curving, so there's also dark shadow, darker area around the band. When a glossy object bend, the value of it tends to shift as well. So if there's a highlight, that's supposed to also be like darker shadow. And what else? We can also add a little bit of gloss to the rim of it, like for example here, to show thickness. We will be detailing the hand later on. And for now, I can demonstrate how to do a texture on the sleeve in front of us. So let's proceed to the sleeve. This hand is definitely a problem. We will come back to it later. And so I have actually brushes that helps with the texture of the stockings. So there's a stocking brush that I downloaded online that we can try to use. So this is one of the brushes that I use. Set it to overlay, and this gives you the texture of the stocking already. I'll try to blend it well as well. So yeah, this is how we get the texture. It's as easy as that. And then the gloss would be set to Aurora. What's Aurora? So there's definitely a lot of things that we can try. I will be putting this in the tutorial for you guys to try out the rendering as well. So Aurora seems to be, so I believe this is used for the color dodge. Sorry, yeah, this is used in color dodge. Same thing. 50% fill. For this in this case, you want to pick like the skin color. So skin color, and go over it. So you will get a more glittery effect, and it's also like skin color. And if you want to change the color, it's totally fine to do it. So you can definitely try explore the difference between any color you want. For now, I want to try this brush instead of the skin color brush. The highlight brush, we actually have a highlight brush too. 50% fill as well. And let's go over it. So this brush actually gives you a little bit of texture to the to the gloss. So yeah, it does looks very realistic in a sense. And also I would want to use this sample texture brush for some of the highlight, because it makes more sense to have some like highlight would definitely land on some part of the smoother texture instead of just the rough texture. So then that's how we get the glossy hand. And yeah, and I will apply this to the rest of the so this will be time lapse. for now, I am going to add the trimming for the stocking, and then we should be done for the detail of all the stocking and the sleeves. So yeah, it was a tedious process of repeating the entire stocking, rendering of the stocking, but it has, at least we found a technique to do this faster with all the brushes provided. So since there's the hand and the stocking on a different layer, I will have to draw this line on a separate layer as well. This is a special case. And we have finished the details of the stocking, and yeah, that's it for the lesson. On the next lesson, we will be doing more lighting editing on the skin and the hair. And thank you guys for watching. See you guys next lesson.